On this episode of the Nerdiest podcast, we're going up because this is our moment, and we are finally going to be talking about the hit movie of the summer, K-Pop Demon Hunters. Not only are we doing a review, but we're also going to be ranking all of the songs and giving you a bit of a weekly recap, so you're not going to want to miss it. Hello and welcome back to the Nerdiest podcast, the show where nerds talk about nerdy things. I'm your host with the most, who is in fact always sleep deprived, Mr. Nick Barrett. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my ride or die, Mr. Jackson Glass. And today, as per your voting on the community tab, I forced Jackson to watch K-Pop Demon Hunters for the podcast, and now we're here to review it. We're also going to be ranking all the songs because the songs are certified bangers, all right? They're good. But we are also going to talk about the movie, obviously, and we're going to go into spoilers. So if you, for some reason, haven't seen the movie yet, even though it's been out for like 2 months, and we are definitely a little way behind on the train on getting this review out. But if you haven't seen it, go watch it. We're going to be talking about spoilers. But before that, Jackson, it's been a hot minute since we've recorded. I want to know, how are you doing? What's up?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that we get to make episodes that the fans voted for.
The fans.
And yes, they did. You did vote on the... You did vote... That was a good reference. I got that. The fans. I'm glad we get to do episodes based on the fan votes. And if you're not following us on YouTube to get those community tab polls, make sure you do that. Or on Instagram at the Nerdiest Podcast, Twitter at Nerdiest Pod, everywhere. Links in the description down there, all our stuff. You can also follow our personal YouTube channels, which that is my biggest weekly recap. And there's a little banner back here that you can't really see because my depth of field is too shallow, but I did, in fact, hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube this week of recording. Thank you. Now, this was a long effort, and what's funny is I hit 1,000 on Friday, and it was like, if you're like a small creator, you get it, that hitting 1,000 subscribers is like the pinnacle of small creator because that makes you eligible for monetization in tandem with the watch hours requirement. So it was like, this is a huge deal. I'm so excited. Like, they threw a little party at work. They made the sash for me. It was so much fun. And then I get in the car and I'm like kind of obsessed with checking the analytics. I'm like, oh, I have 1,000. Okay, I'm checking. And then I refresh it and it goes from 1,003 to 996. And it is just like devastating. It is devastating. And I was just like, what do I do? Like, everyone was so excited for me, and I just feel so bad. So I kind of kept to myself, and I was checking it, and I was refreshing. I was like, okay, it's fine. And I released a new video, The Death of Creative Integrity, comparing Calvin and Hobbes to other comic strips. Is great. Woke up this morning. That video gave plus 25 subscribers, which is the most subscribers I think I've ever gotten from one video so far. So that was just like, that was one of those lessons you learn where you're like, okay, I get it. Like, God was like, you need to understand what's important. Don't refresh your analytics. You're good. There you go. And so that was my humble moment for the week. Another interesting thing that happened this week was, for work, we had to shoot a commercial. Okay. And that was very exciting because this is like primetime local television. So this commercial, I was storyboarding it. I was working on the script, like in collaboration with our whole team. And I think it turned out really great. But near the end, they were like, hey, the budget's a little tight. Like, you need to be there anyway. Can you be in it? And I was like, sure. Like, I'm totally open to really acting for anything, so why not? And I got in, and I'm supposed to play like a sports fan. If you know me at all, you know I don't do sports. Like, I'm not a sports guy. I don't watch football. That's not my thing. And so someone else was like, well, I have a jersey for you. Let me put on this jersey. And the jersey was a size too small, cropped Florida Dolphins jersey. And I was like, so for TV, this is what I'm wearing for TV. And you can't really tell unless you're looking, because I was editing it yesterday. But man, if you look, you can tell it's like that jersey's above the belt. You can tell that it's riding a fine line. So, moral of the story, I think I need to go buy a football jersey for myself.
No.
Just in case.
No.
Just in case. You never know.
Here's the thing. If you want to do that, get a Dallas Cowboys one, because I want to, okay, this is really stupid. I want to know why the most profitable NFL team of all time, which is the Dallas Cowboys. I know this because my stepdad's really into football. And he's a really big Cowboys fan because he's from Texas.
I thought the Cowboys lose every week.
That's the thing. Why is the team that loses the worst the most profitable team in the entire NFL? It's so dumb. I'm like, you think maybe it's the Chiefs who like go win the Super Bowl, or
like
what's another football team?
Like this,
the Packers is a football team. This is just showing how little I know about football.
Right.
True, the Patriots
had Tom Brady. Like they won a ton of Super Bowls. Like Seahawks are super supported. Like. So
I love that you know more than football about me. Thank God this isn't a football podcast.
What if we just did like a April Fool's special where we transitioned to all football talk, and you can tell like this is not our thing at all. If you want to talk about Star Wars, give us a call. But if it's us a call. You want football, no, that is not our thing at all.
That's not it.
But that's the thing. Like, part of me is like, we could have the Nerdiest Podcast jerseys, and we would look sick. We would look so
That's my
good.
favorite sports team, the Nerdiest Podcast.
Is the Nerdiest Podcast.
I would buy a sports jersey like that.
But are you a poser for wearing like a football jersey when you know nothing about football?
That's a good point. I would make fun of nerd people. Have you seen this trend on TikTok where it's bled over to Twitter, where people are like nerding out, and it's Taco Bell, KFC, Labubu, like all this stuff. I'm like, that is not that's not nerd stuff. That's just being a normal person with interests. No. Like these are not your little nerdy interests. No, these are just you like KFC. Like, just admit it. These are nerdy interests behind me here. Manga, Star Wars, video games. Like, those are nerdy interests. You being into Lululemon is not a nerdy interest. All right, get out of here.
It's so funny because I've seen this where they're like, "Oh, I'm just nerding out," and it's like Starbucks, and it's just like. Here's the thing. I know coffee nerds. There are a lot of coffee nerds, and I'm friends with them. And they know the exact like brew ratio, the recipes that they're doing, what roast and origin and grind size and water temperature and brew method and the material of the carafe that they're pouring into and how that affects the science of their coffee. And they know not to go to Starbucks. So if you think you're nerding out by getting a like mocha chip frappuccino, you need to go home and like go watch a movie. Go watch like a Star Trek movie and try to get into that, and then tell me if you're nerding out or not.
Yeah, no, literally. It's so stupid.
Which is so funny because you also like think about how like a long time ago, I'm not putting a date range on this because I don't exactly know. Do you feel like at some point nerd culture, air quote, became quirky?
Yes.
Where it was like,
it became the like quirky,
like,
hip
don't
thing.
act like you did not bully children for liking Star Wars and now think it's really quirky to nerd out. Like, get out of here.
So this is a slight side tangent, which is fine. But I posted a short on TikTok. By the way, we're posting on TikTok again. I don't know how long that's going to last.
On TikTok.
It's just a phase, Mom.
Come and get it. Come and get it while it's hot.
So TikTok comments are so mean. Like, if you thought Instagram comments were bad, I don't think I've gotten a single positive comment on TikTok. Maybe one or two. But I posted this clip where I was talking about we need to gatekeep. What did I say? We need to gatekeep being a nerd, and like there needs to be an IQ test to be a nerd. And then at the end of the clip, I was talking about how I was frustrated about all of the political people who come in to watch stuff like Andor and then make that their entire personality, and like talking about how deep and political Star Wars is. And I said, it's not that deep. And all the comments are like, well, you can't be a real nerd if you don't think it's that deep. And I'm like, well, maybe you should go watch the full episode, forehead. Like, come on, do your research. Quit. I'm like, I have successfully rage baited so many people on TikTok. It's great. It's incredible because they don't go watch the full episode and get the full context. I think Star Wars is deep. I was more specifically talking about like the political, like that specific political side of it. I don't know. I'm not getting into that. Right. Maybe we'll talk about Andor on a full episode one day.
It's also so funny because you get people where we posted a clip on Instagram talking from the Superman review where it was like, yeah, we're just like so happy that like movies don't want to be super dark and depressing anymore, and Marvel really fell into this hole of nihilism where we just really didn't feel like anything mattered, and the whole point was that the world is ending and nothing matters, and you know, Superman is pulling us out of that. And all the comments were like, this little baby thinks that Marvel is dark. If you think Marvel is dark, you're just a little boo-boo baby that just needs to shut up, and you need to go watch a real movie if you think Marvel's dark. And it's like, whoa, I came in at like a 4.
And you're at a 12.
You're at a 12.
You gotta chill,
First of all, back up. Second of all, please understand your digital footprint is irreversible. 3, who cares?
It's not that deep. It's a YouTube short about a movie.
Maybe if you had a life, you would not try to seek validation through the Instagram comments of an account with less than 1,000 followers.
Hey,
maybe
I
you
always
need to
heard, though,
look inside.
That if people are leaving comments that don't follow you, that means your account is reaching new people, and that's a good sign. So
that's a good sign.
Somebody called me out.
They tried to bury us.
Hold on, I gotta find this comment, and then I'll go into my my weekly recap. It's the funniest comment I've ever gotten on a YouTube short, and it was on. I did a short about what was it? Evangelion. It was a clip from the podcast where we were talking about Evangelion. And the premise of the clip was like, oh, blah, blah. Whoa, that short exploded. Okay. Never mind. Okay, hold on. Let me find it. Oh, yes. Okay, so it was me talking about Evangelion. And then this person comments and says, was agreeing with you until you said it was overrated, until I realized you're making a controversial opinion just to get more comments, which encourages the algorithm to show this video to more people. And I was like, yes, I've been rage baiting since day one. Thank you. Thank you. I am the master at rage baiting.
It said, oh crap, they found us.
Got me.
Lock me up. Anyway, if rage baiting becomes illegal. Yeah, so anyway, how was your week? Tell me about that.
My week was pretty good, actually. What did I get up to? Well, as you can see if you're watching the video, which I don't know why you wouldn't be because it's available pretty much everywhere, I reorganized all of my shelves. It was a very arduous process, taking everything off, moving around some of the sizing and like levels and stuff, and overall, I'm a lot more happy with how it turned out. This shelf over here behind me that has like all my Blu-rays and video games on it, that's like my physical media shelf now. And then this other side, because this is where I record like all my videos and stuff, that's the like anime, manga type side. You can kind of see it down there, but my Switch 2 box is down there because like you can always see the bottom of that shelf, but you can never see the bottom of this other shelf. So I did that. I have a Psyduck behind me now. That's kind of sick. He's just a cool little dude chilling back there.
He's just a chill guy.
I also got, it's up there now with the Destiny's Bounty. I got the Lego One Piece Going Merry ship, which was really good build. Very sick, very cool. I'm really enjoying that. And outside of that, I've been scripting a ton of videos. I recorded 4 videos yesterday. My voice was starting to go out by the end of it. It was a rough night because like my voice was really scratchy,
marathon.
and I was like, oh no, am I going to be able to record a whole podcast tomorrow? But I'm here and it's fine. So those videos should be going out soon. I found a really nice rhythm of like scripting videos and then just doing bullet points of like mini thoughts. Because sometimes I like know vaguely what I want to say, but I don't know how to like specifically type it out and make it sound nice. So I've started like bullet point, put the thing I want to say, and I'll improv it as I'm recording. And it's gone pretty well because it's basically just recording a podcast. Like thinking on the fly, doing it like a little. So I did that yesterday and I think it went really well. So I'm going to keep doing that going forward, which is great because it also helps me script videos faster and I don't have to spend as much time like diving into the nitty gritty. Now there's a couple videos that I'm doing that like I want to script it from start to finish just so I can like, just for the like tone and the message of the video I'm trying to get across.
Right.
So I'm doing that. I have bought like $200 in movie tickets in the last week.
Oh my God.
Because the tickets for Demon Slayer went up for next month. So
you said $200?
Yeah, let me cook. All right. So
what?
I'm going to see in the next month 4 movies between now and mid-September.
Well, 4 movies for one person does cost
well, no,
$200
it's not
in
for one
2025.
person. It's for like a bunch of people because.
Oh, sweet.
So, KPop Demon Hunters
I was like,
is doing
4
their
movies for $200 sounds fair.
Yeah, K-pop is doing the theatrical sing-along, which I'm going to with a couple friends, and I bought their ticket so that we could all sit together. So they're gonna Venmo me back for that. And then Hamilton is going to theaters. My girlfriend has never seen it. Like, she has never seen or listened to Hamilton. So I was like, shoot, dude, we're going because I love Hamilton. It's going to be a really fun dynamic.
And it's the sing-along?
Not for Hamilton. It's just like the pro shot that's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
But it's going to be...
like, that's when you kind of need captions for.
Yeah.
If it's your first time.
It's going to be a really fun dynamic because I know Hamilton word for word, bar for bar, back and front, and she knows nothing about it. So we'll see how that goes. So that's the second movie, which I'm paying for her ticket because I'm a gentleman. All right.
Of course.
And then her and I are going to see Demon Slayer Thursday night, which I'm also paying for her ticket because I'm a gentleman. And then we're going to see Demon Slayer Friday, which is actual like opening day in IMAX, which I'm also paying for her ticket because I'm a gentleman. But IMAX tickets are not cheap, and we're going with my sister and a couple other friends. So like, all in all, after buying everyone's tickets, I've spent like $200. But once everyone Venmos me back, it'll really be closer to like $75. So like, it's not that much. So it's fine. But I'm very excited. I hate that everything's coming out like September 5th. Like, I don't know what happened that everyone decided their best week to drop was September 5th because there's an anime movie coming out that's not Demon Slayer that I saw a trailer for. There's The Light of the World. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for that.
Yes,
there's like
that
the
looks
Disney
really good.
animated style movie about Jesus. I want to go see that. And then there's like a bunch of other movies that are like starting in September. And I'm like, dude, I'm so glad I have Regal Unlimited. Otherwise, this would have cost me a fortune. And I still haven't gone to see Fantastic Four. Like,
yep.
I don't know, man. But the other thing that I've been doing, and I'll use this to end my time here, is I've been watching a lot of One Piece. I'm getting through One Piece at an incredible rate. One, because I'm trying to get to the time skip so that I can do another video and talk about everything that I've watched up to this point. But also because I've just hit the point where I'm like, it's good now. Like, it's good. So, to date, I have a number here. I want you to try and guess how many episodes of One Piece I've watched since January 1st. So, in 8 months. I want you to
8
guess.
months? Tell me higher or lower. I'm going to say 100.
Higher.
200.
Little bit higher.
215.
Little bit higher.
216.
216 episodes of One Piece since the beginning of the year.
Oh my word. How many isn't there like 2,000 episodes?
There,
though?
I
Like-
think episode 1140 comes out on Sunday, like tomorrow.
No, I'm good.
So
I'm
I'm
good.
still like, I'm getting there.
No, I'm good.
I'm trucking through.
I'm okay.
That's why on my serialized, as I'm putting together like all the shows I watch, because it has One Piece listed as all these different seasons.
Right.
Every time I finish a season, it goes in the thing of like shows I've watched this year, because every single like freaking chunk of One Piece on its own is like 5 Netflix shows combined. I'm like, yeah,
Right.
that counts. That counts. All right.
Yeah.
They count individually. So that's what I've been watching. It's good. For those who want to know, I'm currently about halfway through Thriller Bark. Very good, very fun. Looking forward to getting to the next arc, because
Very
I've heard
good.
that's where
Very
like
fun.
everything gets real crazy. So we'll see. But other than that,
Oh, so this is where it gets really crazy.
yeah,
That's
it's like
my bad.
episode
I should have stuck
400.
with it. I should have stuck with it.
I need to force you to watch the first like 20
Oh
episodes.
my gosh. No.
Just the first 20.
What's the point?
What's the point? Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. So, hey, thank you for listening. If you're here, made it this far, please don't forget to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, down there. We're very close to YouTube monetization threshold, which then we can add YouTube members and give you some amazing extra perks. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you watch to the very end, or just, go over there and subscribe if you haven't yet. But guys, K-Pop Demon Hunters, what do you think has kept it at the top? Well, there's a lot of different reasons kept it at the top. One of the main reasons, though, is the soundtrack is unskippable.
True.
No skips on the soundtrack. And it's so interesting because the soundtrack is not even that long. There's really only 7 songs on the soundtrack that are like from the movie. So we thought it would be appropriate to rank all of the songs from the movie. Please let us know if you agree or disagree. How
So
would you like to do this?
I was about to say, how do you want to do this? Because there's only 7 songs. Do you want to do one of us does our entire list, or do you want to go like 7 7 6 6 5 5 4 4 3 3 2 2 1 1?
I think we should agree on the list.
Oh.
I think we're gonna have to come to a middle ground.
Oh, that's so hard. Okay, fine. We can do that.
Fine.
My petition
fine.
for bottom of the list, and it's not because it's a bad song, it's just because something needs to go at the bottom,
Yeah.
is Free. I find myself
Free.
listening to that one the least when I listen to the movie. Or when I listen to the songs and like I cue them all up in the morning or whatever, I always skip Free.
Right.
Mainly because it's a slower song, which it's a
Yeah.
great song, don't get me wrong. But it's a slower song and it doesn't have that same like hyped up cadence that some of the other songs have. So that's my pick for the bottom.
Okay. I just really disagree. I think we might have to do our own rankings.
I was going to say,
'cause,
I don't know
like,
how we're going to do this.
because High Key Free was like maybe my number 3.
All right, I think we got to do our own list. We can't do the shared list. It's too hard.
Okay, so because like it has that this might be an odd comparison. It has that like Kendrick SZA flow where it's like dun, 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 and then you can kind of like body roll to it. And so like in the movie when it got to that, I was like, it has like an All of the Stars vibe to me that I'm just like, I'm all over. So you're putting that at 7?
Yeah, that's my number 7.
But that's so hard because I'm like, oh.
It's easier to do our own list, but for the sake of the content,
Okay.
it's more entertaining.
So would you like
us
to
do
put
our
it
own
maybe
list.
at like a? Would you like to put it at maybe like a 5?
That's so hard because I don't see another song I could justify putting at 7. That was like
I
my
would put
easy pick.
Why not Strategy?
I don't know, that song's good. I also
fine.
haven't listened to that song. See, I wasn't counting that because it's not one that the characters sung.
It's not
I
one
was
of the,
only
you're
counting
right,
character songs.
Oh, you're right. That's my B.
If that was it, Strategy would be at number 7. Because I haven't listened to it once since I watched the movie.
Oh, gosh. So what do we do?
Rock, paper, scissors?
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors,
ready?
you go first.
Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Hey, is that how...
Yeah?
All right, go for it.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Free.
All right, number 6.
What does it feel like?
You give me a pitch for number 6. I did number 7.
My pitch for number 6 is How It's Done. That one, that one didn't really do it for me. And I know it's like the opening.
I'm so hurt. I know how you feel now.
If I had to pick another one, maybe Takedown.
Okay.
I'll put
Takedown is
at
what
6.
I was going to put at 6 too. Again, not because it's a bad song.
Not because it's
but because
bad,
the other ones above it, banger.
are
Straight
just
fire.
way better. Yeah.
So I think that's fair.
Okay.
I can agree on
Takedown
Takedown.
at 6. So for 5, give me a pitch for 5.
Number 5, ooh. Potential hot take here. I'm going to say Soda Pop.
No, really?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah. If you would have asked me like a
Wow.
month ago, it would not have been Soda Pop. But in the last month, like these other songs have just like far and away taken over. Also,
But that's the thing is like I would put Your Idol at 5 way before Soda Pop. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're canceled. You're fired.
I didn't expect a fight about this, but
You're-
here we
you're
are,
fired.
just like throwing down.
Bro. Not to spoil,
will-
Your Idol is like my pitch for number 1. Like that's the best freaking song in the entire movie.
I'm not like super attached to Soda Pop.
I'm not either.
But I would put what it sounds like at 5 before Soda Pop. though.
No, I think What It Sounds Like is better than Soda Pop.
Okay,
Easy.
we can put Soda Pop at 5.
Soda Pop. I think also Soda Pop. I think the problem with that song is it falls into the Let It Go trap, where it's that's the song that keeps getting overplayed.
It's the song.
So I think that doesn't mean it's a bad song because it is a really good song.
Yeah.
I think it just gets caught in that like overplayed, like that's the one you're always hearing on
Right.
Instagram. So you're a little fatigued of it,
You're just kind of like, all right.
and the other songs don't suffer from
right.
that. So
Okay.
give me a pitch for number
Your
4.
number 4 pick. What's left?
What's left?
Can I pitch what it sounds like for 4?
Sure.
Or wait, no.
I'll
I'm gonna
vibe with
put
that.
How It's Done at 4.
What?
But if you're cool with what it sounds like, I'll put it there.
I'm cool with What It Sounds Like. I love that song.
But it's not the one I'm gonna go listen to.
Nope.
Okay, give me a pitch for 3.
Pitch for 3. How It's Done.
Yeah, I think that I'm okay with that.
See, now we got now we're
now
good.
we're in a holding pattern because I'm gonna like popular opinion, which we're gonna talk about in a minute, but I'm like Golden is the song that I will probably keep listening to when the rest of the soundtrack falls like off the map.
So, are you making a pitch for Golden at 1 and Your Idol at 2?
I am.
I can get behind that. As
Okay.
much as I like Your Idol is my favorite song. I love that song.
Right.
I think Golden is like the song of the movie. Like, yeah, Soda
It
Pop
is.
is this like the trendy song
It's
of the
the-
movie, but Golden is
Right.
the song of the movie. Like that's kind of
Golden like
it encapsulates the whole movie.
The whole movie. Yeah.
Wow, way to copy
Where-
me. What a all right.
Wow. Yeah. Bootlicker.
Bootlicker, no
I
original
think-
thoughts over there.
what I do like give Your Idol credit for is it was during that song in the movie where I was like, okay, the religious imagery of this movie is very intentional. I was like, this was not like an accidental, like it happens to be there. Your Idol was when I was like, holy crap. Like they actually knew what they were doing on this one. So
I have stuff to say about that, but I'll come back to it.
So let's review our ranking really quick. Number 7 on the K-Pop Demon Hunters soundtrack is Free, which I disagree with, but
okay,
I see the vision. Number 6 is Takedown. I think Free is way better than Takedown, but whatever. Takedown is also like, you know, in the movie, like they're the ones that they're like, the song isn't very good. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I appreciated how it was used later, like how they they brought it back around later.
Right.
But I just don't go listen to that one. Like if we're removing the music from the movie for this ranking, that's why it's that way.
That's the one I'm not going. Number 5, Soda Pop. A little fatigued, a little overplayed. But also like that's the point in the movie is that it's like stupid catchy and they hate it. So like for that purpose, killed 10 out of 10 because it became real. Number 4, What It Sounds Like. Not a bad song. Worked really well in the story, but it's kind of like the finish. It's kind of here's my analogy where it's like I will probably listen to the villain song over the final hero song any day of the week.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and I'll get crucified for saying this amongst certain people, but like I'm going to go listen to Defying Gravity over For Good because For Good is great and it's the big like ending to Wicked, but Defying Gravity goes so crazy that that's what I'm going to flock to more. Number 2, Your Idol.
Did you forget number 3?
Yes, you're right. 3, How It's Done. Is it bad that my first thought was this would be really fun to play on Beat Saber?
Yeah, no, literally. I have spent the last like month trying to actually learn and nail the rap parts of that song.
Yes.
And I finally got it, and I feel so accomplished. I'm like, yes.
Let me see. Is this on Beat Saber? Because I might have to go home.
Surely it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. This movie's too popular for it to not be on Beat Saber.
This is also like, this is the genre that Beat Saber thrives on.
You're going to have to go do it and then report back to us on a future episode.
Okay.
And let us know how it goes.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, that's why I can't listen to the soundtrack. I'll be gone. I'm like, you won't hear from me for the rest of the episode.
Number 2, Your Idol.
Banger
villain
straight
song.
Banger. Dude, the best villain song we've gotten in like years.
Gosh. Moana 2 weeps at the feet of all of these.
Moana 2 wishes it had a single song better than Free. Like,
no, literally.
Free solos the entire Moana 2 soundtrack.
The worst song on K-Pop Demon Hunters is 10 times better than the best song on Moana 2, and that tells you where the state of the industry is at.
Yeah.
Number 1, you got it. Golden. You can't top it.
Gonna be Golden.
I think that I have a theory that Golden hit so well in our age demographic because we grew up with singers like Demi Lovato on the Disney Channel and like Ariana Grande on the Nickelodeon, where they were hitting these like crazy powerhouse vocals in these like trap pop tracks. And so our age demographic is super nostalgic for that kind of music. And so we are like super accustomed to songs like Golden. So that's just a theory, because my first thought was this kind of sounds like some old Demi Lovato stuff in a good way. Like that's part of the reason I liked it. But that's our final ranking. If you disagree, drop a comment down below.
Yeah, drop your personal ranking in the comments.
I'm sure someone was probably pissed.
This is great. We'll have more bad movie takes for the next movie takes episode.
Yes, of course. We'll do an entire episode on your bad song rankings. Be like, actually, Soda Pop is number 1.
All right, Saja Simp, get out of here.
All right, sheep.
You would get your soul stolen, all right?
Wake up, sheeple. So
K-pop Demon Hunters, the movie I have been nagging you to watch for the past 2 months. I remember.
Before we go into any of this, can you give me your top 3 artists that you think are demons?
Ooh. I sure can. Okay. At number 3, we got. Ooh, who's my number? I know who my 1 and 2 are. I got to think about who's my number 3.
I have 3.
At number 3, I'm gonna say The Weeknd.
That's such a good pick.
Something about him gives me the heebie-jeebies. All right.
Yes.
Something. I don't know.
That's such a good pick.
At number 2, Sam Smith. All right. Dude, have you seen any of it?
He's not even subtle.
He's not even subtle. Number 1, hot take, Taylor Swift.
Oh,
I'm fully committed. Bro, have you seen her concerts, dog?
I have.
She's like all in the witchy coven stuff. Bro, there's no way.
I was there.
There's no way. I literally talked about that in my video. I was like, we all got those artists who start out super fun and cheery with their soda pop, and then they sell out a concert venue, and it's, I'm going to steal your soul.
Yes.
Like, it's Taylor Swift. What can I say?
Are you ready? Are you ready for my top 3? Okay. Number 3, Imagine Dragons. I don't trust them. I do not trust them.
That's good.
How is Thunder number 1? That song is not good. There is some deal going on.
They have so many better songs than that.
Number 2, Sabrina Carpenter. I think...
True!
She is reeling you people in to steal your soul.
I forgot about her. That's good. That's good.
She's being all like, ugh, no,
baby,
gross.
Baby,
Stop it. And then she's like, she's like naked, and I'm like, get away. Go away.
Get away.
Be gone. Number 1, ready? You're not ready for this. Benson Boone.
I have no idea who that is.
Definitely going to steal my soul. You don't know the Moonbeam Ice Cream taking off you. You don't know that?
Wait,
Are you for real?
Hold on. I got it. Don't worry about it.
These beautiful things that I've got.
Yeah.
Please, boom, stay.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Nuh-uh. You are not real. You are going to steal my soul. In the context of if we're in the K-pop Demon Hunters world, Benson Boone is stealing my soul.
They're the ones trying to break up the Honmoon. All right, literally. Better question.
Sabrina Carpenter's breaking the Honmoon.
Which artist is like the Demon Hunter? Like which who's like your number 1 artist that would be a Demon Hunter to seal the Honmoon? I was trying to think about this yesterday because there's like a lore question about like. Yeah, the like Huntrix is the like they're sealing the Korean Honmoon. Is that like a global thing, or are there artists in like are there hunters in all the countries that have to do it? So I'm like, if we had an American Honmoon, who is like Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift are the demons who are here to take it away. But like,
can I give like a genuine take that I like actually think could be. Is like somewhat educated.
Sure.
Can I like answer this in a really serious way?
Yep.
I feel like Pharrell Williams would be one of our demon hunters. The way that he has positively influenced music like his entire life. And he's worked with some of these artists, but I'm kind of like, maybe he's just trying to save the Honmoon, you know? He's like getting in there so that he can save us.
I see the
because
vision.
Pharrell has like had some bangers. He's had some bangers. He had Happy. He did Get Lucky.
Oh, that's
he
true.
Worked with all these songs, and I'm thinking that he had such a positive influence on the music industry. And then you have people like Jack Antonoff, who's producing Lana Del Rey, Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, like
that's the
these
Guima.
big artists. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Jack Antonoff is the Guima. Mm-hmm. I'm cooking, guys.
No, let him
Get
cook.
your
He knows
tinfoil
what he's
hats
talking
out.
about.
Get your tinfoil hats out.
I'm trying to think, like, Pharrell is such a good answer. I never would have thought about that because, like, here's the thing. I'm so out of touch with American
Tyler
music.
the Creator.
Like, I just don't listen to American music that much. So, like, my finger is not on the pulse of what, like, brings people together. Because I do think about, like, the Taylor Swifts and the Sabrina Carpenters, where, like, those are the songs where everybody's on the same page. But we've already established that they're evil.
Demon.
This is kind of a cheap answer because he's
dead. This is a stupid debate. This is so stupid.
You know who would have helped seal the American Honmoon? Toby Keith.
Who? Oh my gosh.
Toby Keith would have been our.
You're right.
He's our demon
you
hunter.
Are so right.
That's my answer because I think about, like,
oh my goodness,
American, all country. That's what I want. I want the country music demon hunters.
Yes.
Spinoff, please.
You know who is also probably gonna steal your soul? Bruno Mars. I don't trust that guy.
Nah, he's trapped. He's stuck in Vegas.
He's trapped. He's stuck.
His soul's already been stolen.
They
all right,
trapped
he's stuck
him in this sphere because of his gambling debt. Bruno, what have you done?
We don't talk about Bruno though. It's fine.
He's in there with Lady Gaga.
Oh, dude. Okay,
so,
wait. This is the last one. And then we can move on to actually talking about the movie. Would Lin-Manuel Miranda be a demon hunter or a demon? What do you think? Because, like, he brought everyone together with Hamilton. And brought everyone together with Encanto.
Brought everyone together with Moana. I think we don't want to accept
that's why Disney
that
chained him in the basement.
I don't think we want to accept that he's a demon hunter.
I think maybe that's why Disney trapped him in the basement and, like, locked him in the Disney chains so that he could stop protecting the Honmoon.
Like protecting the Honmoon. Mm-hmm. Guys, this movie is like this movie knows what they're talking about, all right? This is so stupid.
It's such a stupid conversation, but it's so
But
funny.
also, but doesn't it, like, bring up some interesting points about what we think about the
music industry?
Like, okay, so you've been badgering me to watch this movie.
Yes.
I remember. Here's what happened. Nick had a bit of prophecy when this movie came out because he said, I just watched K-Pop Demon Hunters. And I said, you watched what? He said, I watched K-Pop Demon Hunters. And I said, what on earth is that? And he said, we need to do an episode on this right now, like the week it came out. And I said, I don't know about that. I don't know if we need to do that. And then it came up in my feed, and I was like, oh, K-Pop Demon Hunters is coming up in my feed, and I'm not even on that side of the internet. And then it started staying in my feed, and it was the highest viewed movie on Netflix for the week, and then another week, and then another week. And then it hit, like, a new peak viewership 7th week after release. So would you like to start with the stats for this movie, or would you like to talk about, because we're more here to be like, how did this happen?
Right.
Because this movie had a cultural impact that we have not seen from an animated movie
in a long time.
Years.
What would be the last movie?
I was going to say,
Encanto?
What was the last movie?
Maybe?
So here's
like
what's
on
interesting.
Disney Plus?
Here's what's interesting. I think that is a great comparison. I had some research thing. Gosh, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it for you guys. Hold on. There was a comparison to Encanto. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters is the first #1 song from an animated film since Encanto in 2021.
I saw that.
So
that's crazy.
So it's been almost 5 years since we've had a cultural reset animated film.
And also, like, they're submitting the whole movie as well as Golden to the Academy Awards, like, to be up for Oscar.
Yeah.
I think there's a very strong chance this movie takes home Best Animated Picture next year at the Oscars.
I agree.
Like,
Because it's competing against what?
yeah, what else has come out this year?
Elio? Shut up. Like,
Bro, Disney taking fat L's out here.
dude. Okay, so hit me with some stats.
Let me hit you with some
on this
stats.
movie.
And then we obviously need to talk about the movie because, like,
Of course,
you've
the
seen
movie
it.
itself, yes.
So, as of...
but I need to know, like, why are we even talking about this? Like, why are we here?
Why are we talking about it so late? It's a great question. This is a
Yes.
great lesson that Jackson needs to learn to just listen to me sometimes. He got to trust the process.
All right.
All right?
All right. You've actually never recommended me a bad movie, so...
That's what I'm saying.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm saying.
There you go.
So, July 22nd, Netflix tweeted out, K-Pop Demon Hunters just made Netflix history. It's the first Netflix film ever to reach a new viewing peak in its 5th week of release. It was number 1 on Netflix in their like top 10 in the U.S. For 5 consecutive weeks, which was enough internally for Netflix to greenlight a sequel, which we'll come back to that. July 29th, K-Pop Demon Hunters becomes Netflix's most watched original animated film of all time. And at the current pace, when that was announced, it could become Netflix's most watched movie of all time. I don't know where we're at stat-wise on that.
So,
Which I
here's
would
what's
say it's
interesting.
slowing down, but I don't know.
I think it is.
For reasons
So,
I'll come back to in
looking-
a second.
These are from Netflix.com. These are like their stats that they published on Netflix.com/Tadam. Top 10 most popular movies, global ranking. But there's also an asterisk that says ranking based on total views in the first 91 days of release. And so I think K-pop is kind of an enigma because it's still
it's
hit
still
so late
going.
in its release.
And it's
So
still, 90 days is the
currently
first, 3 months?
3 months.
Oh, it hasn't
So I
even
guess-
been out for 3 months yet.
Haven't been 3 months. So it's still climbing. But their top 5 were The Atom Project.
Oh.
Number 4 was Don't Look Up. Number 3 was Carry On. Right? Number 2 is K-Pop Demon Hunters. Number 1 is Red Notice. And Red Notice, which I
Ooh.
watched that movie, it was fine. Red Notice got about almost 231 million viewers. Well, K-pop is at 185 million. So they need to like almost double their viewership from this point to hit number 1,
It could do it.
which is possible.
It's not impossible. That's the thing.
It's not impossible, but also
Red
now it's
Notice,
going
is that
to
the one with
theaters.
The Rock and
Yep.
Ryan Reynolds and
And-
Gal Gadot?
Yep,
Oh, yeah. I remember when that came out.
the movie's fine. It's not amazing. Carry On is fire though. If you haven't seen Carry On, I highly recommend that movie. But yeah, it is K-Pop Demon Hunters. Like when you say it like that, you say, "Oh, I'm watching K-Pop Demon Hunters." You kind of go, "What? What on earth?" But it's a cultural phenomenon. It is taking over streaming.
So, what I also think is interesting is Netflix announced they're doing a 2-day sing-along version of the movie in theaters. Those ticket sales went up, I think, Wednesday. And from global box office, the first 24 hours of sales for K-Pop Demon Hunters sing-along event sold out 25% of all tickets available nationwide. In some theaters, it jumped from 2 showtimes a day to 20 showings. And I know that is true because I went and got my tickets for our, Regal that's like 20, 30 minutes away. Because our local one wasn't playing it at all. And then
Right.
tickets went up Wednesday. By Wednesday at lunch, our big theater was almost sold out. Like, it's going to be a full theater. And then
Yeah.
Thursday morning, they added 5 more showtimes for our local Regal.
Can you imagine watching this? Like watching this in a full sing-along theater is gonna be one of the craziest.
It's going to be
experiences.
obnoxious, and I'm all here for it. Like,
Right.
so it's also really interesting because I sent this to you. I didn't save it in my bookmarks. Hold on.
Oh yes.
So Sony will only make $20 million from this movie because they developed and
Only.
produced the movie for more than $100 million, sold the rights to Netflix, and it is now the second most popular Netflix of all time, likely to become a $1 billion franchise and golden hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. So whoever made that deal at Sony is getting fired. I don't know why Sony would sell the rights like that. I don't know if they just didn't think it was going to be that good.
Well,
like,
to be fair, though, like, since it's been 5 years since we had a big animated movie that changed culture like this, and so they were probably like, well, I mean, if they could secure $20 million on it, then risking it in theaters,
yeah,
I don't see.
I also think
they probably were like,
I don't think this movie would be selling out theaters if it went to theaters first. I
agree, because the
built
concept alone isn't enough.
Yeah, like it would be enough for like the animation people to go.
Yeah.
And I feel kind of bad because like The Bad Guys 2 came out and like
rough.
It's getting completely overblown by this Netflix movie that's been out for 2 months. Like we're not fully out over the K-pop like fad yet.
Right.
And I feel bad for that movie because it's another like animated movie, but also I don't
Which I'm
think
still gonna go see.
Yeah, me too, because I really like the first one. I think because K-pop dropped on Netflix first, it then built up an audience that is now, because they know they like the movie, are willing to go pay $15, $20 a person to go see it in theaters, even if it is a sing-along. Like, I'm going, yeah, because you can sing along or whatever, but I also want to see the movie in theaters. And I think there are a lot of people who are going in who aren't going to sing or do anything, but they want to see the movie on the big screen. So I'm glad to see it. I don't think I've seen a theater. Like, I will not have seen a theater this full in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I thought the biggest box office success in the U.S. this year was going to be freaking Demon Slayer.
Right.
Because I was like, well, what can really like pull people together for this endgame level moment? Like Superman did really good. I heard Fantastic Four kind of did okay. But now like this is filling up theaters across the US. This is like going crazy. And I think this is how we make streaming profitable. Is you put it on streaming, and if it takes off like this, you do merch. They started selling shirts, vinyls, CDs, stickers, all this stuff on their official store like the week the movie came out. As soon as it started upticking, they were like, all right, get the merch, get it out there. Now we're doing a theatrical release. This is all like extra revenue that they're pulling in so that this movie can be profitable and they make more. And I think they, someone at Netflix, I don't remember who, or maybe it was the director, equated this to be like their Frozen franchise, where like the first movie was really successful. Yeah. And then they like want to make more sequels and more derivatives. I don't know if that's the best comparison. Like, I guess in the sense of like how Frozen is this massive like tentpole franchise for Disney that everyone knows, I guess if you think about it that way. What I do want to see, I would love to see a sequel. Like,
yes.
Before we even talk about the movie itself, I would love to see a sequel. I think it'd be great, especially if they get the same team, like, to make more songs, make a really good story. I think there's enough open-ended there to make a really good sequel.
Yep.
What I don't want to see happen is Netflix and Sony get caught up by the money and turn this from, like, a Frozen type franchise that's got 2 really solid movies, really solid music, like, pretty solid, to a, like, Toy Story, where there's 5 of them, and there's all this different,
we're
like,
exhausted.
Yeah. And I think there's room for, you know, spin-offs. Like, if there really is like different Honmoons in each country, I think you could do like a spin-off, like even a TV show, or like do someone threw out the idea of like a Huntrix world tour where they go to all the different countries and like do that. Like, that would be cool. So I think there is a vision there, and this is how we make streaming profitable. Is when your movie does blow up, put it in theaters for a couple of days. Like, people will go see it if they really want to. Like, I would have...
Which is
they did
so interesting, like...
They did a theater showing of Inside. I would have gone and seen that if it played anywhere remotely near me.
Oh, for sure. I would have seen Inside in theaters. I would have seen Carry On in theaters. I would have seen The Atom Project in theaters. Like, these movies... Here's the thing about streaming. every once in a while we get a banger.
Yep.
Like maybe once a year, a banger streaming movie will come out and we freak out, and then it dies because it just gets to sit there on streaming.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, what do we do? Do you want to guess the number one grossing movie of the year so far?
So far?
So far.
Is it that Chinese animated movie?
It's not.
The,
I'm
like,
looking at...
Are you looking at just like US movies?
Yes. I'm a little confused because this is the Box Office Mojo, which is an IMDb project. It's not like this crappy thing. And it says right now the highest grossing movie of the year is the Minecraft movie.
Oh, that did get like awfully close to $1 billion, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they tried to do... Okay, so it's really funny to look at like Minecraft and K-pop because Minecraft tried to do the meme, like
the Block
meme
Party edition
version, and no one went and saw it because they
No
already
one went
saw
and
it the
saw it.
first time around. But K-pop is doing this sing-along version because here's the difference. The memes in Minecraft were unintentional. It was not meant to be part of the
Yes.
movie, and they tried to mark it off of that, whereas
So it was
K-pop...
like, how do you do, fellow kids?
The songs are so like the core of this movie that doing a sing-along makes sense because it's like, oh, I love these songs. I've been singing them in my car, singing them at work, like,
Right.
so I can go sit in the theater, see it in the theater, and
have this community experience around it. Which, okay, we're an hour in and haven't said what we think of the movie.
might be a bit of a long one here, guys.
Here's what's interesting. This movie is fire. This movie is great. I know. I'm sorry. This movie, like, I turned it on very skeptical but morbidly curious, being, what is this? Is this an anime movie? But it's not, because it's a Sony movie, but it's very much pulling on the K-pop culture. But the spiritual undertones, the comedy lands, the songs were incredible. And the best thing, here's the thing. The writing is actually, like, good. Like, there was a couple moments where the characters are talking and I kind of went, I was like, oh, that, like, I haven't been hit by an animated film in years. There has not been an animated movie that was like, wow, that like really like hit my heart in a long time. And so this movie being able to do that was kind of phenomenal. It was like, oh, this is so refreshing. It's so nice. And my number one praise of this movie, it does not overstay its welcome. It does not over-explain. It doesn't feel the need to be a lore dump. It's like, this is the world. This is what we're doing. It's boy bands. It's demons. It's demon hunters. Go. 90 minutes. Go.
Yep.
Songs are great. 7 songs. Go. Great. That is all I want. And now, here's what you're doing. Is you've set up this incredible world, given me incredible characters, proved you can execute it amazingly, and I say, okay, cool, give me more. Make it a franchise. This is how you make an audience want a franchise, instead of being like, oh, they're milking this for money. Like, what's the point? This is how it explained just enough to let you know what's happening while leaving you with questions to say, oh, I would watch a sequel because this world is so interesting. How do I get more out of this? What other characters can we explore? Because we see the origin story, but you get I'm kind of like, why were they chosen? Like, what was their background? What qualified them to be these demon hunters? Questions that are not important for this story, but questions that make me curious and want to watch a sequel, especially if they're executing it this quality. So that's pretty much my entire review of the movie. Is I went in very skeptical and came out a huge fan. And that is like the number one way you can tell a movie is actually good is if you are converting your skeptical fans into like very positive fans.
Yeah, it is one of those, like, I've tried to tell people about it.
I have to explain it.
And it does, like, the title alone, I think is a very big, like, don't judge a book by its cover, because you have to get rid of your preconceived notions of what you think a movie called K-Pop Demon Hunters would be about, because you think it's going to be this really cringe, like, oh, I don't want to watch that. That's weird. Like, but then if you can put all of that aside and actually watch the movie, you will learn that it's actually a really good movie. And I think the songs are incredible. I think that's what really sells it. I will say, when I watched it for the first time, I was also really skeptical, because I was like, okay, I don't know. I had seen a couple trailers. I was like, yeah, it looks good. As a guy who loves, like, animation in general, I'll watch it just because it looks interesting, but maybe not, maybe not right away. Like, I'll give it a week or whatever. Like, I'm not chomping at the bit. But then it came out the Friday while I was still in Alaska. And when I got back, I saw a reel on my feed, because it hit my feed, and it was a clip of Your Idol, and it was just like the first 30 seconds of the song, and as soon as that hit, like you said, the religious themes came out immediately, and I was like, I need to watch this movie right now, because if this is this one song, I want to see what the rest of this movie can do. So then I turn it on, and I'm not gonna lie, I think this movie might have one of, like, the strongest openings I've seen in a long time. Because going straight from it does just drop you in. It's like, here are the hunters, here's what they do, here's the Honmoon, here's the demons. Okay, cool. Now we're at Huntrix. Here's these girls, they're doing this thing, and they're on this plane. Where are they going? Here's the demons, they're on the plane. Now they have to fight. Bam, drop you right into a song. And the songs, why I love them so much, this is something that I talked about in an episode a long time ago, is that the music feels baked into the movie, not the other way around. There are a lot of movies where the songs feel like an afterthought, like Moana 2. Doesn't really feel like those songs, like, you could have interchanged those songs and it would have been okay. Whereas with K-pop, the way everything is animated and choreographed and done so intentionally feels like these songs were built before the movie was. Like, they almost wrote these 7 songs and then kind of built a movie around it. And I love that, because how it's done is such a strong start, because it's a banger song, but it also gets you into, like, each of the personality of these 3 girls and introduces them very well. And then just kind of drops you in. And I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm hooked.
And here's the thing. The audience is smart enough to be dropped in. We can, like, don't give me 4, give me 2 + 2. Like, we can connect the dots. We're not stupid. And I think what you're hitting on is part of the reason why Disney has struggled to make anything worth watching in the last few years. Because when was the last good Disney musical you saw?
Encanto.
5 years ago. Wish was crucified for its music. Snow White was crucified for its music. Moana 2 was crucified for its music. Anything live action, crucified for its music. Like, Disney has lost their ability to make a good musical because the core, this is common sense. This is why it's so frustrating when Disney does this stuff and other studios do this crap. We were like, hey, maybe the core of a good musical is good music.
Yeah.
Have we considered?
Don't blame the audience because you can't write good music.
And I love, we talked about this earlier, like when Moana 2 is getting all this crap for being like, hey, this sucks. The songwriters were like, oh, give it a few months and all the kids are going to be singing Moana 2. No one is freaking
give it
singing
2 days
Moana
and everyone's
2,
singing K-pop Demon Hunters. Like,
right.
Your music has to actually be good in order.
Yeah.
And I think what I also love about this movie is it's an original movie. Like, it's a new IP. It's a new, like, the start of a new franchise. And I saw a really good tweet about this. I'll try to find it as I'm explaining here. But, like, it's just new. It's something new and refreshing. It's not a Disney story that you've heard 1,000 times over and over again. It's not a live action remake. It's not a Toy Story 5. It's something new. And it's it's such a refreshing thing for a multitude of reasons, because this movie shuts down so many different arguments by itself. It shuts down the argument that people don't want original movies, because you look like, compare this to Elio. Elio's an original movie. That movie flopped because it had no direction, no spine, no nothing. Like it, and we'll probably talk about that on a different episode. But Elio was just this catastrophic flop in June, only to then be followed by K-pop Demon Hunters, which is now like Netflix's second most watched movie of all time. Like, and it's also an original movie with a good story that actually is like uplifting. Like, can we talk about the story for a second here? Like, the concept of not hiding your flaws and letting like your shame keep you boxed in, but you need to have that community who uplifts and supports you and accepts you despite your flaws, and that your flaws don't define you. Dude, it's so good.
If you people want to look me in the eye and tell me, like, oh, you're just such a little baby for thinking that movies have been nihilistic, what was the message of Elio? The message of Elio was literally, we are alone. That's it. Because it opens with the question, I went and saw this movie in theaters, so don't think that I didn't. That saw this movie in theaters is a waste of $5. So the movie opens with the question, the biggest question known to man has is, are we alone? And it's like, oh, space, like, is there life out there? But you know there's a deeper thought to that. It's, are we alone? Are we, like, am I isolated? Am I myself? And then the movie progressively moves on to answer the question, yeah, we pretty much are. Why am I showing my children this? On what planet? On what planet do you think I want to show my children a movie where the message is we are alone? Like, I'm not even saying, like, you need to be like, this is the story of Christ and Jesus. Like, I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying that every movie needs to be the next Chronicles of Narnia. I'm saying if you have a movie that is genuinely positive and uplifting, maybe people actually want to go see it. My camera died.
I was like, dang,
the devil is working.
He just...
Well, you also think about Superman. Like, Superman was like, hey, maybe you should, like, care about people. And everyone was like, yes, finally, a movie about, like, that isn't just the end of the world. Like, K-pop just hits that nail on the head of, like, hey, you're better than this. Like, you need a supportive community to hold you accountable to your sins. Like, and it's so intentionally placed to be like, yes, your sins. Like, it's not just like your flaws, your issue, like your sin. Hold on, I'm replacing the battery. Continue.
Yeah, I think it hits on that so well. And that was what I talked about in my video, was like the whole mantra from Celine, which, by the way, she has to be the secret villain of this movie. Like,
oh, yes.
The main plot would not have happened if she didn't exist. Like, I want to make one of those memes for you to post that's like the book, and it's the really long book, and it's like K-pop Demon Hunters, and then do the small one that's like K-pop Demon Hunters if Celine had died instead of Rumi's mom. Like, it would have been so much shorter, because I think there is this idea of, you know, well, I can't open up to my friends because I'm not perfect. Like, I have this flaw, and they're not going to accept me because of that. And, you know, that might be true. And it does require you to be vulnerable and put yourself out there and be like, hey, this is what I'm struggling with. Mm-hmm. And if you have really good friends, like, are present in this movie, like, they're going to embrace you and, like, uplift you and support you and help you through that. And I think another thing, and it kind of, like, goes back and forth with the dynamic of Rumi and Gino, is not letting your shame be your identity. And getting stuck, like, Rumi keeps getting stuck in this idea that all she is a demon, and that's all she is. Yeah. And Gino gets stuck in the same trap where he's like, well, the only thing I am is a bad person who made a bad decision, so I deserve this. And I think there's such a Christian message to this movie, even if you're not looking for it. That was something I ran into. I was watching the movie. I was just trying to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even looking for anything.
Right.
I wasn't analyzing anything. But then I come out of this movie and I'm like, oh, that, like, Rumi and Genu is the Christian who struggles and the atheist who struggles. Like,
Yeah.
Rumi is the Christian who struggles with trying to be this perfect, like, well, I'm supposed to be doing this good thing, and I have this, this shame and this secret that I don't want to share with anyone, so if I can just fix that, then I'll be perfect, then I'll be good. And then Genu is the atheist who's like, well, I've done all these bad things, there is no hope for me. There is no redemption for me, even though I regret and have remorse for what I've done. Like, it's such a good...
There's no hope.
Dude, it's
banger. Actually,
I
banger.
love this movie so much.
And I'm like, why? I'm also this is just like a call to Christian filmmakers. Like, Netflix is showing you up.
Yeah, like, why can we not make movies like this? Why is
Sony?
This is my problem with, like, Angel Studios and Pureflix, is that every Christian movie has to have an altar call at the end of, like, well, now you can give your life to Christ and it'll be okay. And I'm like, yeah, there's a place and time for that in movies. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that.
Right.
But not every Christian movie needs to have that.
Right.
Like, some need to just be like K-pop Demon Hunters.
Right. Why is...
That are really good movies that have these themes baked in. Why did we lose that? Like, how do we go from, like, C.S. Lewis, who is the master of, like, integrating these themes and these topics into his stories, to we can't make a Christian movie without an altar call at the end?
Right.
Like, what happened? How are we getting shown up by Sony and Netflix?
Yeah. Also, can I just, like... This is one of those movies where I'm like, how did this get made? How did you make this and avoid every bad thing that we've been dealing with for the last, like, 5-10 years in film?
You know,
like,
you want to know why?
Genuinely impressive.
Because I read an interview with the director. This movie has been, I don't know if it's in active development, but from conceptualization to final product was 10 years, which means this movie started being conceptualized in 2015.
Jeez.
Which means a script would have been locked by 2020.
Dude.
Before all of this, like, negative stuff started happening in the movie industry. So I think it's it's a product of its time, but one that also doesn't
it's a return to
feel
form.
like, like, it feels like we've gone back. And I asked one of my friends this in the car yesterday. I was like, do you feel like we like K-Pop Demon Hunters more because it feels like the Disney movies we used to get? Where it was a really banger soundtrack, really good messaging, really good morals, really good story, really great characters. Like,
yeah.
It feels like a Disney movie in the like most not Disney way
like
possible.
It feels like a 2015 Disney movie. Yeah.
And what I also like,
I agree.
This movie shuts down we want original content, but I also think it shuts down this, fringe idea that comes up every now and then that people don't like female leads in movies, because you see it like when, Snow White comes out, Captain Marvel comes out, like all of these different stuff. People are like, well, you hate women in media and that's why you don't like this. And I'm like, no, it's just because they're not written very well and they're not enjoyable characters and they're not relatable. And I know we talked about this a little bit with like the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Like, yeah, Peach was in it and she was a good character, but she didn't feel like as relatable as she could be. Because they tried to turn her into this, like, girl boss and, like, oh, she's super cool, which is great because I think it gives girls a good, like, role model to look up to. But I think that's where this movie excels, is all three girls are great characters from the start, but they're also flawed individuals, and that's what makes them relatable to everyone. Because I'm not a woman, but you know what? I can look at Rumi and be like, you know what? Yeah, I relate to having that thing that you want to hide from everyone and not share with others.
Yeah.
And like, I can relate to that. And it gives these characters flaws and things to work through and get over, because you want to root for them. You want to see them grow and change. And that's what this movie does. So it kind of like, shuts that argument down too of like, no, we just want
Right.
we just want good stuff, all right? Just because your
Right.
movie
I just
has
want good
women
stuff.
and is original does not equate me spending money on it. It has to be good.
Right. You
Like-
have to like talk the talk and walk the walk. Like you cannot just do one. And I think that it's so interesting. Like this movie hit at the perfect time for where the music industry is too. Because if you think about like, we just wrapped the Eras tour, like the most profitable world concert tour in history. And there's all of these people where they're like, it's the idolization of other people. And it's the, oh, if I could just be like them, oh, I just want to be like them, I want this. And it's like, well, those people are so flawed.
Yeah.
And it's that comparison game that really makes us anxious. And it's the social media dilemma. It's the, oh my gosh, I'm watching this other person be successful and I can't deal with that. I have to do it. It has to be me. And this is just it's such a modern masterpiece because it's so integrates our current world situation on the internet, on just generally being anxious and comparative and feeling like we have to be perfect. And it hits that nail on the head in a smart way that stays engaging while not being a how do you do fellow kids.
Yeah.
Even their manager was very like on his phone watching the Saja boys like be more successful than them. And he was so focused on we have to do it. Or even Rumi was like, we're so close. I have to release Golden right now. Like right now I have to release this. Or we're like, if I stop working, if I stop working and I stop showing that we're the best, if we're not constantly giving an output that shows everyone that we're okay, then we're not okay. And I don't have to think about my flaws if I'm just constantly running. And so if you're I'm trying to remember what it said. I heard it this weekend and it was really good. It's like if your shield is being busy, then rest will feel like it's wrong. And so like her whole thing is like, if I just keep running, if I can just keep working, and that's faith by works. And it's such an incredible picture of like, if I just keep working, I'm gonna get there. And she just can't, because that's not how that works. We can't do that. But to show that in such a relevant way is unheard of in film right now. I don't understand how we got here. And especially if the script was written 5 years ago, or not even 5 years ago, like 10 years ago, if it was locked by 2020, 6 years ago, then, this is incredible.
It's a crazy feat. And I think it hits multiple different, like it does hit that, if I'm always working, if I'm always doing this thing, like if I can just hit, it's a never ending goalpost, because it's like, well, if I can just finish, Golden, and we can do that. And I think what also is really interesting is how like their initial reaction to the Saja boys is hate. Like, oh, we hate them.
Yes.
We're going to do a whole takedown song and we got to hate them. But then there's always like that thing in the back of your mind, because if the movie wanted to go the nihilistic route, you could have stuck with takedown instead and been like, well, we're going to hate our enemies into submission and then we're going to win and that's it. But then the overall theme is like,
well, no,
we're like,
that's not who we are.
This song isn't going to unify our fans because it doesn't even unify the three of us. Like, so then they go to do
bar, which was a bar and a half,
dude. And then they go and they do Golden at the Idol Awards, and they're like, that's what's going to bring people together. And it's not even about the Saja boys. Like that was the thing, is like, it's not about them. It's about protecting people and bringing people together. And then even like what it sounds like, the line where it's like, the song we couldn't write, this is what it sounds like. And it's this incredible like 3-part harmony song where Rumi's flaws are out there about being a demon. Zoe's flaws about being a people pleaser is out there. Mira's like jagged edges. Dude, the line Let the Jagged Edges Meet the Light instead. So dude, the songs are so good. They're straight bars. I'm like, wow.
You know what's so interesting, like, about musicals is you can convey a lot more story very quickly, and that's why musicals are so good and they're so, I guess, popular. And I think they're a very effective way of storytelling. You think about Hamilton is 3 hours long, and a lot of people don't even think about rap music has almost triple the word count of a regular speed song. So when you're writing these pretty like up-tempo pop songs with rap verses, and Hamilton is so quick, so much story gets through in those 3 hours because you are just condensing the information and you're giving it in such an efficient way. And this is why bad songwriting ruins a song or ruins a movie. Because if you are taking this medium that is used to effectively tell a story and condense story efficiently while giving more, but if you have no story, then you are giving 1,000 words with no substance. And it makes a movie feel slow. It makes a movie feel bad. It makes a movie feel lazy. And so the music in a musical is the core of the story, and it is make or break for a movie like this. If you are doing music in a movie and it's not moving the story along, then you should take it out, because it's gonna do more harm than good. And that's why this movie is so freaking good, because they cared about the songs to be good songs. They're great songs. That's why they're in the top 100 Billboard. Okay, that's why they're so freaking good. But they tie the story together in a way that we just haven't seen in movies in a really long time. And as we kind of wrap up here, my question to you is, do you think that this is potentially a model to save the movie theater? Is to test movies out on streaming, almost like do a reverse model where we're testing movies at home, and if the movies that do really great at home go to theaters. Do you think that's working, or do you think that's going to just do more harm?
I think it is a very case-by-case basis, because I think, the only reason this is selling out is because it has another angle. I don't know if it would be selling out just predicated on the fact that we're putting the movie in theaters. So right. I think a movie, and I mean, we'll see, but I think theaters are still on the way out. I don't think, I'm not going to say they're beyond the point of saving. Right. I think there's a future where you could almost make a theater like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a rec center or like an entertainment center, where you attach all these other things to it, and like, you know, you pay $20 a month to go use the pickleball court at, you know, your local Regal, and you get discounted movie prices or something. I don't know. Like,
oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I think there's something to say for this is going to help theaters. But I don't think it's like a one size fits all, because this is such an anomaly. We haven't seen anything like that. Because think about, like, Encanto kind of had the reverse, where it fumbled through theaters and then blew up on Disney Plus, which then led Disney to putting like 90% of their movies on Disney Plus, trying to replicate that success, and then they never did. So I think, I don't know. It could very well be. What do you think? You think this is our ticket out, or is this just like we're still cooked?
I think this is my hot take, and this is a long thing that I'm working on a video. So if this is interesting to you, go subscribe. I don't think movie theaters are as cooked as we think they are, because if you look at the domestic box office from 2019 to 2020, there was an 80% drop because movie theaters were closed, like the beginning of the year. And we have slowly been climbing back up to what that 2019 let me pull up the number really quick. So 2019, the total gross for movie theaters was $11.3 billion.
In 2019?
In 2019,
Okay.
$11 billion, which was a 4% decrease from 2018. So, like, that was low. 2020, $2 billion. That's an 81% decrease from where we've been. Now, every year after that, 2 billion, 4 million, 7 billion, 8 billion. And we're only going up. And so I think that if theaters were going to close, they would have done it by now. I don't know what else we could throw at the movie theater industry that would cause a widespread blackout for movie theaters. What I do think is true, though, is if movie theaters don't learn how to adapt to a modern release like this, then they're gonna go extinct. Because there will always be an audience for people that want to go see Fantastic Four in theaters. There will always be people that want to see the Thunderbolts. There will always be families that want to go see the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Like, that is not going to be what keeps us. There will always be that to keep the movie theaters afloat. But I think that if more theaters don't widespread learn how to do, hey, Hamilton re-release, my local theater doesn't get that stuff. We have 2 theaters in town. One of them gets the stuff and the other one doesn't. The one that doesn't is way more likely to close because they have 8 theaters and they don't pull anything out of Fandango special events. And if they do, like Sketch, which is the new Angel Studios movie, which I think looks really great. Seth Worley, who's a great YouTuber, made that movie. Tony Hale is in it. It looks amazing. If I want to see that movie in the nice theater that only has 8, I have to go Monday at 1 p.m.
Yeah,
On
like
what
it's a really
planet?
weird backwater. I was wondering if your
Right.
theater got Demon Slayer at all.
So we have 2 theaters. The really nice theater, which has 8 theaters.
Is that the one we went and saw
then the
FNAF at?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the slightly less nice one that has 16. The 8 theater one, you know, on what planet can I go see a movie Monday at 1 p.m.? Like,
None,
you're
'cause
shooting
you're
yourself
working.
in the foot. Right. So, and this is interesting. Danny McBride did an interview with a Hollywood Reporter recently, and I was researching this, where he lives in South Carolina. And they were like, so what do you think Hollywood gets wrong since you're outside of this? He was like, the movie theater experience is toast because these small towns have not gotten a new movie theater since 1995. So when you go to these big, like, bustling cities where they have these giant downtown AMCs that have, you know, 25 screens and 4DX and all the, like, crazy experiences, that is the minority of the movie theater experience. And so when you live in these small towns where most of America is, actually, when you look at the map, you have these movie theaters that haven't been updated, and we haven't gotten a new one since the 90s. And so they're super outdated, the chairs are uncomfortable, the sound systems suck, but I have to go to the crappy theater to go support a small film like Sketch.
Right.
If I want to go watch Sketch at the less nice theater, I could pick any day at any time. They have them from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Any showing I want. Like, and so it's kind of like, but the experience is worse and it's not in a great location. So it's kind of like movie theaters need to learn to be central third places in their communities, know what's going on in the film industry to pull movies like K-Pop Demon Hunters Sing Along. Show that. You have to show that. You have to show the Hamilton re-release. You have to show the anniversary Ghibli films. You have to do that to survive. And then once you do that and you create an actually good experience for your customers, because the experience is not justifying the price. The movie theater experience that is happening now does not justify $20 when I don't even know if the movie's going to be good. But here's the thing. If you start supporting the K-Pop Demon Hunters sing-along, that ticket's probably $20. But I know that what I'm getting into, and I know it's going to be worth my $20.
Right.
And so when when movies used to be consistently so good, we were justifying, even if the experience is just okay, I know the movie's going to be great. We're not at that point anymore. And so the movie theater experience by itself does not justify the price. Why would I go see a bad movie in a bad theater with a bad experience at a bad time for a really high price? 2 people to go see a movie in 2025 with no concessions is about $40 on a Friday night. That's horrific. Why would I go to the most expensive restaurant in town if I know it sucks? This is not how that works. And so I think that K-Pop Demon Hunters is hopefully this and the Hamilton thing and all this stuff is going to set a new expectation to where movie theaters cannot survive off of new movies by themselves. You need to pull these special events because that's what's actually pulling your communities together, because we don't have Endgame anymore. We don't have Infinity War anymore. We don't have
Star Wars anymore.
We don't have Star Wars anymore. I'm looking at the top performing movie of 2014 was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
The top performing movie of 2011 was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. The highest grossing movie of 2017 was The Last Jedi. We don't have those movies anymore. Movie theaters can't survive off of just the movies. So if you want to survive as a movie theater, you need to be an intentional part of your community that is bringing people together through the special events. Otherwise, you might actually be toast.
Yeah, no, that's a good word. That's a mic drop right there. The only thing I'll add is the experience never justifies the price, because I go into my local Regal, not great. They had a bed bug problem 4 years ago. So it's kind of tanked the reputation of that theater, even though they fixed it and they don't have that problem now. But I can't get anyone I know who lives here to go to that theater.
Right.
I'm I'll risk it. It's not worth the 30-minute drive to the mall. But you go to the mall movie theater that's a little more central, more visited. Super nice. They got the nice seats.
So nice.
Some theaters have recliners. Why are recliners not a standard in movie theaters, by the way?
That is so true.
Anyway.
And we got to saw the Daft Punk movie there.
We did.
And the theater was full.
Yeah.
It was full. And we paid full price for those tickets.
Yeah, so it's
I don't even know. And we ate at the local Chili's. That's stimulating the local economy. That's the
right. So it's the theaters have to get better than just, these 15-year-old fresh out of high school kids who are shoveling your popcorn with their bare hands. You have to actually start hiring some decent people, or getting your employees that you currently have to actually work. They need to actually do stuff, because in the time we live in, everything is so expensive. Everything.
Right.
The Switch 2 is expensive. Movie theaters are expensive. Heck, food, groceries, even just living is expensive.
Gas, just general things you need.
So people are being a lot more selective with what their entertainment is. Not everyone is even as lucky as I am to have a Switch 2, to have, a nice computer to work on. I'm very blessed and fortunate in that, but not everyone is. And I know as coming up as an adult, when I, move out and get an apartment and stuff, all that's going to drop because you have necessities to pay for. So you have to make it worth my while to give you $40 before concessions and
to go to risk it on a movie I don't even know if it's going to be good.
Right. And I think that's the thing, is movie theaters is such a double risk now. Back in, mid 2010s, your average summer Pixar film, okay, the movie at the very least is going to be good, which means that the risk of the theater is the only risk.
Right.
And, it might be a 50-50 shot, but who's to say?
Do you want to guess what the highest grossing movie in 2000 was?
2000? Oh.
25 years ago.
Is it The Phantom Menace?
No, it was How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The Jim Carrey.
That
How
was
to
2000?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Yes.
I thought that movie was a lot older.
It was released in 3,200 theaters and grossed $346 million worldwide.
Can you inflation calculator that for me?
That's crazy.
What's 300 and something thousand dollars in 2025? I need to know, like, is that close to $1 billion? Like, what are we?
Give me some wrap up thoughts.
Wrap up thoughts. I'm still holding out hope that Netflix will drop a Steelbook at some point. And you might think Netflix never releases physical media for anything. That's not true. They put Stranger Things on Blu-ray a while back, and they just did a limited run of Arcane season 1 and 2. They were separate, like 2 separate Steelbooks, because season 2 hadn't finished coming out yet at the time. But they now have like Steelbook releases of Arcane and Stranger Things. So I think Netflix needs to learn, and this is always my thing as a big physical media person. The thing that breaks my heart the most about this movie, Netflix isn't going to get rid of it ever. Like, never.
No. Because
it's so popular and it's so, like, did incredible for them. It's not just going to disappear. But, like,
I don't own it.
What if I don't have a Netflix subscription 5 years from now? Like,
yeah.
Who's to say, like, what if they, sell the rights to Disney? They never would, but they would not.
Right.
Disney would fumble the bag so hard.
But Stranger Things have happened, so...
Stranger Things has happened. Dude, what's the number? Like 36 episodes in 9 years? Get out of here. Anyway,
Dude,
I'm holding out hope that they do a physical Steelbook, because I think Netflix needs to learn that, like, doing a $30, $40 exclusive Steelbook for K-pop is not going to deter people from watching Netflix, nor is it going to get people to cancel their Netflix subscription. Like,
no,
I don't know if there's people out there who are like, this $40 Steelbook, I will now cancel my Netflix subscription. Like,
right?
No, they're just going to buy it and keep it, in addition to
in your pocket.
So I think
streaming can be profitable if we're not stupid.
Yeah, I think they need to lean into that. And also, like, they did a physical release of the soundtrack on CD and vinyl.
Right.
Like, who's buying CDs in 2025?
I want the vinyl. I want the vinyl.
Like, so I'm hopeful that they'll do a physical release maybe after the theater run and as we get into the fall. That would be really nice. That's really the only thing I'm hoping for, because I'd love to put that on my shelf. Over there, and just put it with all my animated movies,
just to preserve great art.
Yeah.
Like. So as we wrap up, in 2000, if the Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas made as much money as it did in 2000 today, it would equate to about $650 million.
Okay, so almost double it.
At an 87% increase.
I want to do
25 years. I'm never going to buy a house, guys. I will never buy a house.
Hey, do you still have the number of how many people watched this movie from Netflix?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you give me that number?
184,600,000.
84,600,000. Okay.
Yes.
What's the average cost of a movie ticket in 2025? $15? You want to be a little conservative?
I'd maybe say 10. Because you also got to think about, because here's the other thing people don't realize about small town movie theaters. Everyone shows up on the bargain night. If it's $5 movie night, theater packed.
That's true.
So like 10.
Okay, we'll say 10. Let's say theoretically.
Let's say 12.
Dude, I just did the math. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. 12. Huh. Wait, that can't be right. Hold on. Did I put in the same? I did.
Hard.
Okay. So, let's say, hypothetically, this is how much money is on the table here for this movie.
Oh, gosh.
If every single person who watched it on Netflix went to a theater and paid, theoretically, hypothetically, $12 per person per ticket, this movie would have grossed $2.2 billion. Is that billion?
We're talking...
No, I'm sorry, million. That can't be right. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
How many zeros are you working with?
2.
Two
Wait.
zeros?
Okay, hold
What are
on.
you
So
talking about?
184,000.
What? Homeschooled.
600.
What are you doing?
I was homeschooled. Okay, I don't know how to do math. Multiplied by $12 a ticket. Right?
8,
You would multiply
4, 6, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 times 12.
times 12.
Hold on.
That number feels like catastrophically
Hey,
low.
if you guys are still here, thank you for bearing with us.
Thank you.
That is 2,215,200,000.
Okay, so I was right.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money on the table, dog.
That's a lot of money. We are talking, and that's why this movie's so hard to talk about, because it lived on Netflix. And it's so hard because it wouldn't have actually been that successful if it went straight to the theater because of the Netflix. It's a whole thing.
It would have tanked.
We are talking about like the highest grossing movie of the year in theory, biggest in theory in history, but.
I mean, you're
Demon Slayer's
talking
about
to shatter records.
No, you're right. I mean, hold on. How much did Inside? I mean, you are talking like 1.5 times what Inside Out 2 made. Like
yeah.
1.3, but who's counting? That is like $300 million more than Inside Out 2. So like, which is the second highest grossing animated movie of all time, which is why we're talking about it. Like, please go watch it because it's actually genuinely that good and deserves that. Gosh, we could have single-handedly saved the movie theater if this movie was like actually that successful.
Yeah.
But I know you people wouldn't have gone and seen it, and I probably wouldn't have either. So you know,
it was
this is just
the
God's
low
plan.
barrier of entry of me giving you my Netflix password.
No, literally.
That's why it was so
Right.
successful.
Well, unless you guys have anything else to add.
No, we got to get out of here,
time
bro.
to
It's almost
wrap
2
up
hours.
Our hour 45 of K-pop Demon Hunters. Lord have mercy. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please drop a comment of all your thoughts. There's so much to talk about here. So please drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Whether on YouTube or Spotify, if you're on Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. Spotify 5 stars. Subscribe on YouTube. All the things. Send this episode to a friend that you think would enjoy. Drop your song ranking in the comment down below. We cannot wait to see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening this far, and we will see you next. But until then, bye. For the fans. Bow.
Boom.